Alright guys, doing a video on about upgrading my Squire 1972 Thinline Telecaster. So that's my guitar right here. So you can see it's a Squire, Fender Squire. So I decided to do a video about it because I wanted to have a guitar that is sort of I can take to jams. That's, a lot of people share this guitar. And I want to have something inexpensive. At the same time, I wanted to have something that is also playable. So it needs to be sort of inexpensive at the same time playable. And I have a whole bunch of guitars, and I have a couple of boutique guitars, and it's kind of difficult to go from really high-end guitars to not expensive guitars and expect to play it like that. And sort of the question is that how much do I need to put money and effort in making this guitar playable and sound good? Or is it possible to do it at the same time? So I just want to share with you my experience, because I watched a bunch of videos about upgrades, and they did not address the questions I have about it. So maybe we'll address the questions you guys have, and maybe you can learn something from my experience. As I said, I was looking for inexpensive guitars that I can bring to the jam. And I wanted to have a semi-hollow type of a guitar, and I'm also a fan of, tailless Strat type of guitar. So pretty much my first choice was the Fender Thinlines. So Fender makes two types of thin lines. So this is a semi-hollow thin line, and they make two editions. There's one Mexican edition, and there's one that is made in Indonesia. It's a Squire line. So I went to a music store and I tried both. I tried Mexican version and Indonesian version. I felt the difference, but to my liking, there was not that much difference to justify such a difference in price. So Mexican was about $700 new, and Squire was like $450. So, and I knew that I would need to put some money, so buying Mexican Fender and then putting another, $200 maybe would put it in the price range of like American guitar. So the other thing that I didn't like about Mexican Fender, that they make the necks, they make a radius is like 7.25, which is really too vintage, too round to me, and I don't like it either. Squires, they made 9.5 radius, which is like what it's called American modern, and I'm like sort of on the flatter side. So I found this guitar online on the internet, and I bought this guitar. It was very good shape, and I kind of got lucky because it was very good deal. So guitar ended up costing me like $320. When I got it, it was in good condition, but it was definitely not a playable guitar. And I also see a lot of videos, people buying the guitars and putting pickups, and like, oh my god, I put these pickups, and now my Squire for $300 sounds like vintage American. And I really don't think it's a good approach to take. And to me, guitar, most important thing is the playability. If guitar doesn't have it's not playable. It's whatever. It doesn't matter where you put it. It's nothing. If it doesn't stay in tune, if intonation is bad, if you have to tune, halfway through the song, and it's buzzing a lot. I mean, no matter what pickups you put, it's not going to improve the guitar. To me, guitar is a full package. It must be sound great and being playable. So when I got this guitar, my first thing was make it playable. Sound is something different I'll address later. So what was done regarding playability and what improvements were made in this guitar. I also share with you how much it cost me, so you get an idea what this project or what would cost you to upgrade this guitar. So I start with something that I made myself, some improvements, and then improvements that were made by my guitar tech, which is a really great guy, and he's tons of experience, and I'll share it with you. So the first thing I did, I threw away the tuners. So tuners and bridge, I know they were very poor quality, so I went to a Stu Max and I bought three things there, four things. So I bought tuners, I bought new bridge, I brought a capacitor, and I bought a new switch, the jack. Sorry, not switch, the jack. So, I'm going to start with tuners. So there's the Gotoh tuners. Now, when I got them, actually I took it to my friend. He's a very handy guy, and we took the old ones out. And it turns out to be that the Gotoh tuners are just slightly bigger, just a notch bigger. And he found a really easy way to make it work. So he took just a pair of scissors, and when we took out the tuners, he just kind of took a little bit of wood out of everything, and they were fitting nice and tightly. So it was very easy solution, and we seemed to be working fine. So we were able to put the tuners, and they were fitting fine. I was extremely surprised in a very good way about the bridge. The bridge I got, it is Gotoh HardTail bridge, and it's a 5-screw bridge, and it's a body through. So tail is a body through. So when we got old bridge out, and I put this bridge in, and what was great that we didn't have to do anything. You know, the screws were just perfectly fit in. I was extremely happy about that. And you know, we look at the quality of the parts that they put in. Obviously, this is like the cheapest thing ever they put in the guitar. So these two things we changed. Then we opened the guitar, a capacitor. We changed the capacitor, and we changed the jack. I got what is it called? Switchcraft jack, an orange drop capacitor. So we put that. So that was first thing I done, and so I got the tuners, I got the bridge, capacitors, and so it cost me like around $100. I bought everything on a StewMac website. I would say they a little bit kind of on the pricey side, but since I don't do a lot of that stuff, I mean, extra $10, $15, you know, I kind of said okay. But you can probably, if you do the search, you maybe find something a little bit cheaper, but I don't think it's going to be much cheaper. Now, regarding playability, when I got this guitar, it was just unplayable, buzzing like crazy, and I knew that, you know, some work needed to be put on that, but I didn't know how much work to be done. I suspected that maybe not were needed to be replaced, and definitely would need it set up. So I took to my guitar tech, and so basically I left with him. He looked at it, and he got back to me, said, well, you obviously need set up, but there's a couple of things you need to do. I need to do on the guitar if it's going to sound, if it's going to be playable. And he said the frets are really no good. They need work, and he said pretty much it needs a fret. It needs a fret adjustment. Didn't say it needed complete, but it definitely needed like on upper register, and I think he also shaved something in like mid frets too. The good news was that nut was not needed any work. So he also said that the pots, the tone pot and the volume pots here are 250K pots, and they're not the right pots for the humbuckers. So he said, if you want it, I switch it. And I told him, you know what, that's fine, you know, make it, you know, do whatever I need to do, and you know, I kind of okay with the cost of it. So what he did a setup, he switched the pots, he did the fret work, and it all came together. His side of a job cost me like $160, but he did a great job. And what I did when I got back from him, I plugged this guitar in, I started playing, and I think, oh my god, what a difference it makes. Guitar was just playable, and I played for like half an hour in this guitar, and it kind of stayed in tune, and I couldn't even believe that this is a Indonesian made Squire. So obviously, you know, making those improvements made guitar play great. So playability wise, I'm very happy where it is right now. But going back to what it cost me, so $100 parts plus his work was $260. So I bought for $300 to $160, so it's $560. This whole project ended up costing me $560. So New one costs $450. If you do, you know, you obviously would need to do a setup easily like 60-70 bucks. So if I buy new and just to do a setup, it will cost me pretty much more or less the same as I bought this guitar and invested in new hardware and, you know, in the fretwork and setup. So I said, that's actually not a bad deal, and I'm getting really nice playable guitar, and I'm very happy with it, the way it plays. And I think, to me, it was worth, for what I need, it's worth. Obviously you can save the money if you want to do your work yourself. I'm just not a handy guy, and I don't have tools to do, so for me, I would rather, you know, pay my guitar tech to do the right thing and just be happy with it, be done once and just play a guitar. Now, pickups. I mean, pickups here, you know, don't expect something unbelievable. And I don't do any pickup, you know, videos here. It's tricky. You have to set up equipment. It's just a video about upgrade. They are, you know, they're just cheap pickups. I mean, I'll stop it here. If you want a good pickups, there's really not much option on wide range humbuckers. They are all kind of an expensive side, and like the cheapest you can find was Mojo. They go with 72 clone, they go to 250, and if you want to like really like great stuff, and you know, a Lola makes it, but a Lola set costs $400. So you know, you make a decision, you know, how much you want to put in this guitar. And you know, for now I think I'm gonna stay without upgrade, because I have other great guitars that I like the sound. This was a project guitar, and the way I'm happy with it. So this was my experience, and I'll kind of hope maybe it answers some questions that you guys had, and I'm glad happy to share with you. So you know, if you have any questions, let me know, and you know, good luck with your projects. All right, talk to you soon.